We are back with Inside the Show. I'm Scuffy, he's Cougs, and we are here to it's the lead up into the All-Star content that drops next week, July 18th, but we have so much more in between that. We have June Player of the Month that just got released last week. We got special content, Home Run Derby X content with 4 new legends. Not only that, we got a new BR program, new event. We got a lot to cover this week, Cougs. And I think we just start. Yordan Alvarez, lightning card for June. We kind of went, that was like the last thing we talked about last episode was who was going to be the lightning card. We both agreed that it was going to be Yordan. And here he is being a 97 overall card, left fielder with, hey, pretty good defense for Alvarez, right? With the gold defense, but overall thoughts of Yordan Alvarez of being the lightning card of June.
Yeah, he looks exactly like I expected him to look. You know, you knew, especially with what we got last year with Player of the Month, Lightning Schwarber, they definitely boosted up the defense. So, I mean, I felt like he was probably going to get like 70 to 75, somewhere around there. And that's what he got. You knew the hitting was going to be very good. You knew the hitting was going to be cracked. And so I wasn't really shocked at all with the attributes for Jordan. And, you know, he's a stud.
He is a stud. He's definitely a viable outfielder, I think, if for right now. Especially if you like his swing. He's always one of those lefties that don't matter with his swing. You can hit off lefties or righties. You might be a little hesitant with all the Randys out there. I mean, even some cards that we're going to be talking about later today that just got released, but still, I think he'll hold his own. I did get to play with the card in BR. I struggled. I was quite surprised. And you know what? I remember last year, I think it was last year, he had the 98 postseason card, which is very similar to his player month card from this year. And I
Mhm.
struggle with that. And I just like, you know what, give it a couple of bats, you'll start doing good. And of course, about like 10, 15 at bats in, finally started hitting with them. And dude, it just jumps off his bat. I was very excited to see that card. And you know what? I think they did the right thing by doing Alvarez, right?
Mhm.
We were debating if it could have been Schwarber because he got player of month as well in the National League. However, it quite surprised me as we go through the program here that Schwarber was a 95 overall. I did not see him getting a henchman card at all on side. I even could say that for Brian Reynolds too, but we got both. We basically got Alvarez and we got Schwarber being the program.
Yeah, I am on the other side of it. I thought Schwarber was going to get a card. I think the difference is I thought he was going to get a card, but I didn't think they were going to go back to the catcher secondary thing again. I think that was almost like that was almost too good to be true last year. So I felt like it was a long shot for him to have it, but I felt like with the month he had, he was definitely going to get a card. And I'm not going to say no to it because, I mean, dude, I think the case is definitely there that Kyle Schwarber might actually be a little better than Jordan Alvarez when you talk about the overall card and what he offers. I mean, you look at Kyle Schwarber, very comparable hitting, but Jordan definitely has the edge, of course. But
Mhm.
Schwarber plays the same position, has better fielding. I think he has better arm strength. I don't know for sure. He has better speed, and he can play first base. So I think
Yeah.
in total of what you're getting in terms of value for Schwarber, even though he's not the lightning card, I think he's actually a little bit better than Jordan. And also, just for me, I like Schwarber's swing a little bit better than Jordan's swing anyway.
Okay.
But regardless, I think the argument is definitely there for Schwarber being the better of the two.
Hey, I mean, that's not a bad thing to have, right? It gives you that flexibility, gives you that variety. You are right. Swarber's arm is better by like 13 points. He has 84 arm, where Alvarez has a 71 arm. So pick or choose. But
Yeah.
speaking of Swarber being a henchman, I when they released like the henchman before the attributes on that, I think it was last Wednesday, where they released the player month program. I looked at the henchman, and on paper, this might be one of the best groups that we got for henchmen, probably ever since the player month program has been introduced in MLB The Show.
Really?
I
I
think
mean,
so.
I'd have to look back on all of them, but yeah, I thought this one was pretty good. I mean, I think who was it? Was it John Gray in the 95 pack? I don't think
Yes.
he's on par with some of the other pitchers we've gotten, but still,
Yeah.
I'd have to look at all the other programs, but we got some good ones in this one. I mean, even in the 93 pack, you got.
Yeah.
Go
Oh,
ahead.
no, go ahead. Go ahead. I
I
didn't
was
want to
just gonna
interrupt.
say,
I
even in
got
the
too
93
excited here.
pack.
I got too excited because I knew who you're going to bring up,
Yeah,
and we
you know
talked about
exactly
last
who
week.
I'm bringing up. We talked about him in our predictions. Of course, I was going to bring up Jorge Lopez. Of course, he's a beast. I mean, and then you got the John Birdie card, who's got that high contact with that speed and the positional flexibility. The guy you predicted, Brandon Drury, who's had a really nice year for the Reds. It's good to see him get a little bit of love. There's a lot of good cards in this program for sure.
You can't forget my boy
Can't forget
Teoscar
T.O.
Hernandez, and then Taiwan Walker, who they gave him a sicker a cutter, which I was like,
How did
okay.
this happen?
He has been throwing his sinker more. His two seam has been transformed more into a sinker, which I understand. The cutter, I don't remember him seeing throw that much.
Don't
But either
question
way,
it, Scuffy.
I'm
Just
not going to question it. I'm
don't
here
try to
for
make
it.
sense of it.
I'm here for it. And plus, I mean, for now, 95 H per nines, that's kind of where these cards are hovering right now between
Yep.
95, like the elite cards, 95 to like 105 in that 10, in that range. So that card on table, I was like, okay, excited to see that. And like you said, Drury, now not being all-star. I thought he might have been an all-star for the Reds. However, that's not the case.
Who
So
who is
Brandon
their all-star?
Luis Castillo, and we'll get to that a little bit
Ah.
later of the one-offs,
Hmm.
depending on how they're going to do all-star content. But that's a good thing that they put him in the player month because we went and got an all-star card from him. Now we got that player month card being 93. I
Yep.
always love his swing. Well, I didn't always love his swing. I found out I loved his swing earlier this year when he was a silver for his live series card and he had a reverse split. So anytime I see like a righty reverse splits, I need to try it out. And I tried Brandon Jury up and loved his swing. So I haven't got to try out this 93 yet, but I know I will. He could be on my all-time Met team as well. So I was very excited. And then, like you said, Jorge Lopez having outlier on sinker too, the 114 H per nine. It looked pretty nice. I was very excited.
Pretty good.
Although,
He's pretty good too.
although he might get a better card, as we'll
He is.
discuss later.
He
So,
absolutely will. But yeah,
yep.
we'll get to that. I think we're also disrespecting somebody in this program because we haven't even talked about Brian Reynolds. We got
Yeah.
95 Brian Reynolds, switch hitter. He hits a little bit better against righties, but with the way Brian Reynolds plays in this game, he's still going to hit lefties, even if the attributes aren't the same as they are against righties. And I mean, dude, when you have switch hitting Brian Reynolds, Yordan Alvarez, Kyle Schwarber, Jorge Lopez, Teoscar Hernandez, it's hard to go wrong with a program like this.
Oh, of course. The Reynolds man. Oh,
Yeah, he's good.
I had him. I tried out him, tried out Swarber, and I tried Alvarez. Reynolds was the guy that did best for me personally. But this is all BR, of course. This is
Yeah.
all an all-star. But that card absolutely just raked for me. From the start. I had this nice long run. I think I went 8 wins with that run. And I had him, that 91 Christian Yelich, who I never used. Well, actually, I used a little bit, but fell in love with.
Yeah.
Um, and then who else was it? I think it was like George Brett, Roberto Clemente, and they all just went off for me. And but yeah, Brian Reynolds, I'm excited to continue using that card and the way he's playing. Although he just got hurt, hopefully he gets back soon because I would love to
Yeah.
see another finest Brian Reynolds come later
Speaking
this
of
year.
speaking of the Yelich card, by the way, um, in my Angel in the Outfield videos, he has been one of the best players like all year. Like in I think it's like 35, 40 at bats or something. I'm just hitting straight up 500 with him. Like he just doesn't miss. He's
It's
unbelievably good.
unreal. I gotta look it up. Now you make me want to look up my stats. I got it up right here. One second. That was on the Brewer. Yeah, it's still on the Brewers, right? Yep. 91. How
Yep.
much is that going for? It's only going for like 14K right now.
Yeah,
And
he's kind of an older headliner.
15 games here. I'm 15 for 23. So I'm batting 652 with him with 6 dingers and 12 RBIs, and my and 4 other hits are doubles. So basically 10 extra base hits and 15 at bats. He's just been unreal for me.
Yeah, that'll play. That'll play.
But yeah, it's just that whole program. I thought was a win. I definitely liked it, and it shows where we're going. That means come July, we'll probably see a 99, right? Because it hasn't been increasing by 1 overall. It's been increasing more like 2. Like
Mhm.
I believe we had 95, and now we have 97. So I'm expecting it to be a 98 to 99, more so a 99 for July, and I I I can't wait to see who that'll be because I haven't been really paying attention who's having off the hot start in July, but we'll see
Yeah,
at
I
the player
haven't really either, yeah. I It's been a little hard for me to pay attention to a lot of baseball with the way my Halos are playing, you know? I don't wake up every day excited to look at the matchups for the day like I was in early mid-May. So,
It's funny
yeah.
you mentioned that because even though it's your pain, but how awesome was it over the weekend with the Baltimore Orioles social media with AJ?
Yeah. Yeah, that
And
was pretty great.
if you guys missed it, of course, anytime Lil Man plays against Cedric Mullins, he does something against Lil Man, and there's a clip of him just yelling at the Cedric Mullins video game card, and then somehow the Baltimore Orioles social media got a hand of that clip, and Mullins did something against the Angels during the weekend, and they post that clip, and I think that was just a huge win all around. It was just fun to
Yeah,
see.
it's like when you start blurring the lines between real MLB and MLB The Show content and content creators, like that's just something I never really thought that's a point I never really thought that the MLB The Show content would get to, and now that it's there, and not even for the team that AJ's a fan of either. It was literally for the other team. Like it's just unbelievable that it's gotten to that point. And it was just it's always cool to see something like that.
Oh yeah, hands down. So, it I hope for more of that, right? That would be
Yeah.
pretty dope. So, anyway, so player month, that's here and there. I guess we'll go into before we go to the home run derby content, let's keep it on the same subject because now we know who our retro lightning card is for July, and that is 98 Craig Biggio. I, I'm not gonna lie, this looks very similar to his signature series card that we got last year for the collection.
The Biggio.
Was that last year? Or am I thinking 2 years ago?
I think it was.
That was
Yeah,
2
no.
years ago,
Yeah, it
actually.
was
No,
2
that was
years ago.
MLB
Yep.
20, yeah.
Yep.
Oh, my mind's shot.
Yeah,
My
no,
mind is
that
it
was
was a milestone last year with the 3,000, and then it was signature series in MLB Show 20. But it
yeah,
reminded me of
milestone was
that
Team
card.
Affinity, yeah.
Yep. But it
Yeah, no,
reminded
it
me of
looks
that
very
card.
similar, and um, it's funny because when he was revealed as the Lightning card, a lot of people looked at that card and was like, "Oh yeah, new best catcher in the game." And then with something else we're going to talk about a little bit later on today,
Mhm.
I don't even know if that's the case anymore. He was the best catcher in the game for like 2 days, and then it's crazy how things can switch up like that.
Yeah, it is. But going over the card itself, if you look at the attributes, or we could even go off. First off, the secondaries, he does have catcher, which kind of surprised me because when they revealed that card, I looked at that year of that when that month was when that year was, and he never played catcher. It
Hmm.
was just left field and second base, but they just added catcher in there. I was like,
Yeah,
if you could do that, how come we can't do it with others? Like the
yeah,
Carlos Santana card. Like
that's a
that
good
brings up
point.
questions, right? I mean,
Good
that's
point.
your card, and you know how the community loves catcher being part of Carlos Santana, just like we like for Jimmy Fox. I was like, okay, where are we going with this? It feels, but I'm not complaining here. I'm all for it with the Craig Biggio having catcher. He has a high contact. He has the balance power. I have him in a BR draft that currently drafted with the New York BR program, and he was my highest time I think on the team. So I get to try him out later tonight, which I'm excited.
Cool.
Have you tried that card yet on BR or anything? Well,
I
BR would
don't
be the only thing.
I think I got him in a BR draft. Yeah, I think I got him in a draft, but I ended up redrafting. So no, I haven't actually had a chance to throw him out on the diamond yet. But I've used Craig Biggio for 3 or 4 years now. I kind of know what I'm getting.
Yeah.
Um, so I'm definitely going to give him a shot. But like I said, we're about to get an influx of catchers, so we'll see how he ends up performing when he's actually released in the game. Because right now he's there, but he's not actually there. You
No,
can't
he's
even
not.
really use him other than battle royale.
I really feel it's something that they can't do until probably next year, where we might get him a little bit earlier. Like,
See,
I don't know that I don't
I
know.
disagree. I think because they put him in the program there. I think they want to stick to their guns because it's a 98 overall. That would
Okay.
be the only 98 overall card in the game at the moment. Correct me if I'm wrong. I mean, we have the 99s from collections. We have
Yeah, it might be.
97s now from BR rewards, World Series rewards, and stuff. But I don't think there's any 98s.
I think you're right.
So
I can't think
maybe
of
if
anything.
it's something that it's like, well, we either juice him up to a higher overall
Mhm.
and release him later to match the other content, or we kind of nerf him to match with the content that's released right now. I still don't really understand why they can't just find that little happy medium of maybe releasing the player after like 2 weeks of Tops Now moments and then you
Okay.
get him. I still think that's the happy medium. I don't think you need to release him day one, but I don't know. At this point, I don't feel like anything's really going to change with that. To be honest, I think that's kind of what we're going to be set with for the rest of the year. So I'm kind of over the whole spiel on it. Really,
Yeah. I mean, we only have basically 2 months left at this
yeah.
because we have the August and then September and then playoffs will be here. So,
Yep.
but we also got some new Tops Now cards for July. One of them being Aaron Hicks, which I was me loving using Aaron Hicks. I'd love to see. Oh no, that was the end of June actually. We didn't go over those. That was the last Tops Now cards in June. My bad. We could go over
Oh
those
yeah.
first. Those were June, and which was Aaron Hicks. I believe it was Isaac. Was that the Michael Chavis one too?
Yeah, it was it was Chavis. No, it was yeah. No, Michael
Chavis.
Perez. Sorry, Perez, not
Oh,
Chavis.
Michael Perez. Sorry.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, Derek Hall, Mark Appel, super cool that he got a Tops Now card.
That's July.
Oh, I'm sorry, wrong month. I apologize.
Yeah,
Wrong
yeah,
month.
yeah. We're going over the last cards of June. So it was no. So it was Aaron Hicks. It was
Yes, Chavis,
Michael Chavis, Isaac, and then
and Christian
Christian
Javier.
Javier. Yep.
Yeah, my
So
bad. I thought we were on July.
no, that's all good. No, we could shift it over to July now if you want to take that away.
There you go. Yeah, Derek Hall. You got another Philly, Mark Capel. Super cool that he gets a diamond card with his
Hmm.
story and how he's battled for almost a decade to get to the big leagues, and he finally gets here. Good time to give him a Tops Now card. It's just super cool, and the card's pretty good too. Over 100 hits per nine with a sinker and a slider, like that'll play. You got Andres Jimenez. How do you feel about that one, Scuffy? You liking that one?
I am liking that. I loved his Future Star card.
Yeah,
Loved it. And now he has a little bit more pop. I'm excited to try it out. And I'm
yeah,
excited for him. I'm excited for the Guardians fan base. I mean, he's all-star. And it was kind of like a win-win trade, which I
yeah.
kind of thought it was because he always played really solid for I guess 2 months remaining in that I think that was 20 when did we trade for Lindor? Yeah, in 20. And he always played solid and he's showing that he's now an all-star, so it's pretty dope.
Yeah, it's great for him, and I don't know who else made it. Oh, I guess J Ram made it, but I wonder who's gonna get that card. But anyway, moving on, you got Chad Kuhl from the
Mhm.
Rockies, sinker slider with 100 hits per nine, and then Michael Perez, who a lot of people loved his supercharged card. A lot of
Yes.
people were huge on that card. I didn't even get a chance to use him. But now you got a permanent diamond of him, so that's pretty cool.
Yeah, his supercharged card is probably the best supercharged card we probably had. So it was 110 both ways in contact, and it was something crazy. And then it was like 110 power both ways, and then really high contact. I forget which one, but I remember it was, like, really stacked up to any other, supercharged card that we had besides, like, Paul Goldschmidt, which was, like, a 99, which we should probably be getting close to supercharged cards being, like, up in the upper 90s, like 97 to 98 probably. I won't say 99 just yet, but, like, just your basic supercharge right now is around the 96. I think that's gonna be increasing fairly soon once we get to All-Star content.
Yeah, I think I can't remember. I think some of the guys on their hit streak, I think Goldie and Trey Turner, did they end up hitting 99s?
Yes.
Like they
Well,
did,
I
and
know
then
Goldie did. I wasn't sure. I forget if Trey did. I know Goldie did, though.
I think I think Otani did as well when he was like double supercharged for that little
Oh,
portion
okay.
where
Yeah, yeah,
the
yeah.
pitching and the hitting, which by the way, at that point, that was literally the best Shohei Otani card ever. That was better than parallel 5 of his 99 last year. But yeah, no, we should start seeing the 99 supercharged more regularly, which I'm really happy because they could have very easily gotten complacent with the supercharged stuff and just said, yeah, supercharged will max out at like 95 or something like that. So I'm really liking the fact that they're continuing to elevate the overalls on the supercharge as the rest of the content goes up, just to kind of match up with everything and keep up the live series being usable for at least a little bit of a portion of time.
Yeah. So, uh, I'm here for it. That's all I'm gonna say. Still my
Hmm.
favorite thing of this game so far.
Yeah,
Probably the
content
supercharge.
wise, yeah.
Yeah. So can't wait to see what comes up. Especially I'm curious if they're gonna do anything like with the awards, right? Like rookie year or MVP, Cy Young, if they'll do anything to their like live series card then and make that even usable. But then again, we have
Yeah.
finest there too, but that might be obsolete. But who knows? Anyway, what do we just went over the new top sound cards. Oh, how about it? We're trying to see or decipher what the special content could be last week
Hmm.
because usually they don't really hide stuff or say that there's going to be something special coming. They just either announce it or like announce it when it comes to the game, like the Honus Wagner collection, or they give like a little hype before the weekend tells us what's coming. This time around, they just said special content. We didn't know what that was. Here, behold, we get 4 new legends in the game because we had the Home Run Derby X that happened in London last weekend, where 4 former players with Johnny Gomes, Gregory Soto, Adrian Gonzalez, and Nick Swisher battled it out. It was them 4 with, I believe, 4 other content creators or influencers um, battling out in a home run derby in London, which I didn't get to really watch because I was out all Saturday, I believe, last Saturday. I remember watching just highlights and seeing like Johnny Gomes robbing a catch from Nick Swisher. I was just so confused what's going on. Very confused what's going on. But regardless, it was a great way to see them being introduced in the game and 4 new legends. And not only that, they added a free choice pack into the store where you could pick one of those 4 and they're all 95 very balanced cards. I mean, it was just a win all around and there's other ways of getting those cards to get all 4.
Yeah. So I mean, like starting off like when usually MLB The Show will like tweet out something at like 6 o'clock a.m. Pacific to tease some of the content
Yeah.
of the day. So I wake up around like 9, whatever, and I look at my phone and I check the Twitter and see what they're talking about. Dude, when I saw 4 new legends, I was like, am I half asleep? Like I on a random Thursday or Friday, whatever it was, are they about to release 4 new legends? But sure enough, yeah, Home Run Derby X content. I used all 4 of them and they were all really good. And the thing that really makes me excited about these 4 cards is that these are based on this Home Run Derby X thing, right? They're 95 overalls, but at this point we're kind of used to the Home Run Derby cards that are released to kind of be a little bit lower on the contact side and just like
Mhm.
really juice power and like middle of the road fielding. That's not really the story for any of these guys. All of these guys are really well balanced for the most part. I mean, Giovanni Soto, a little bit better against lefties. I think Johnny Gomes is like kind of has not reverse splits, but kind of has one of those weird things where it's like higher contact against righties, but higher power against lefties. Like, but they all play really well. So that gets me excited for the upcoming All-Star content. I think the home run derby cards this year they're probably going to be the best that we've ever seen because if they're continuing what they're doing with these cards on those ones, the contact's going to be elevated, the fielding might be elevated. So that gets me really excited about those cards. But um, yeah, and the fact that they were basically free, you get one from the shop. You could have
Mhm.
gotten two from the Home Run Derby X event that also had rewind packs, by the way. So there was a ton of ways to make stubs. They had it in the showdown, and the showdown was pretty easy, and the showdown was repeatable. I made 100,000 stubs on doing that showdown. Just I did it like 7 or 8 times, whatever it was. Um, Made like 100K just from completing the showdown in 15 to 20 minutes, selling the card, and then just doing it again. And then they also had the conquest map where you could get one every time you did the conquest. So not only were these cards good, not only were these cards free, but they were very attainable. And it makes me really excited for the upcoming All Star content.
Yeah, hands down. I think it was just a great way of introducing not only the Home Run Derby X, be like what it is, because I'm not sure how many people knew about this event before. Because I remember they announced it earlier this year, and to be honest with you, I didn't even think it was last weekend. I thought it was later on the year, and it was a great way to either reintroduce or introduce this event to pretty much the MLB Show community and getting these 4 new legends in the game. It's funny because Adrian Gonzalez, former cover boy,
Yeah.
MLB Show 12.
Yeah.
I
And,
was
and,
like,
and we had the cover athlete collection earlier in the year. So it's like, if I don't know when they planned on putting these cards into the game. Like I
mhm.
don't know if they planned when the Home Run Derby X was announced back in March. I don't know if the plan was from the beginning to get these guys in the game. But like if that was, and it's like, well, why didn't Adrian get a cover athlete card? Like that it had to be a very like a much later decision to get these cards in the game.
Yeah. I was thinking that too, or I was kind of hoping it would be like, if you want to do this, you have to give the rights to MLB Show. Imagine that. So each year we get 4 new legends just based on the Home Run Derby X.
That'd be
Just
cool.
this is where I could get my CV Pierce back.
Yes, it could be.
Because Johnny, I mean, you gotta say Johnny Gomes is not like he's like a mid legend, kind of like that, right? And
Yeah.
I mean, Nick Swisher too. I mean, but Nick Swisher being the switch hitter, I remember using him MLB, I think 16. He had like the silver flash bat that I really loved using. And I don't know. It gets me excited because this is like the mid tier legends I want back. Like I want to see who does it next year. I want to see if the possibilities are endless now. I'm hoping that's the case. Like whoever's going to be part of Home Run Derby X is now going to be part of the game as well. But we'll see that come next year.
And
But
it's also it's a testament to MLB for pushing this content into the game because I wouldn't have paid attention to the Home Run Derby X at all if it didn't have any sort of connection to MLB The Show. And now I'm going to be more curious about it year to year because I can anticipate this content's going to be in the game. So yeah,
exactly, exactly. Because I was saying I had no clue it was this weekend until I
yeah,
started
I
saying how
forgot
that.
about it too.
So, um, either way, huge win all around for that content, especially by how attainable everything was. I really liked how the showdowns were repeatable to get people stubs as long as you just grind the game, grind 99, as they like to advertise it. Um, and yeah, that we moved on from and going back to Adrian Gonzalez being cover boy, there's still hope that my boy David Wright might still be in the game.
Still hope.
Could be. There is. I mean, they might just wait until till later this year, although I don't think he is. The perfect time to introduce him is probably next year because earlier last week, after we recorded last week's episode, they announced the WBC coming back in
I was just going to say
2023,
this.
and he'll be the perfect one of the perfect cards to introduce into the WBC if MLB Show puts that mode into the game, and then if they make content off that in Diamond Dynasty, like it would for US at least, it would be either Adam Jones with the infamous catch, Stroman pitching, I think it was 5 shutout innings in the finals, or David Wright being Captain America during that 1 year. And plenty of other cards that you could introduce, but it's just, I'm hoping next year is the year.
They have to do that World Baseball Classic stuff. I mean, you think about you. First of all, you can add cards from the current teams, whatever, like the current players. You can add legend World Baseball Classic moments, like you said, with like Adam Jones or like the Baez tag, whatever. And it'd be cool just for like just to have like, the Team USA jerseys available in Diamond Dynasty, or the Dominican jerseys or the Venezuelan jerseys, whatever it is. Having those available to just equip would also be really cool, because even now when we have all these jerseys available, I still see a lot of people just make those like nation or country jerseys, and I think that's sick. So if they were just
Mhm.
like available in the game, that'd be perfect. And it's like, with all the stuff they've done with content and how they've elevated, certain parts of content, they just have to do it. Like, it has to
Yeah.
happen. I think they will.
I think it's probably already set in the bag. They just, can't announce it until
Oh yeah.
probably 23. So definitely be looking forward to that. And to just be cool to play that mode, to be honest with you. Like,
Mhm.
do like it's not a mini season. Well, play the mode offline and just play it any how you like it. But it'd also be cool if that was like another way, like playing mini seasons is just that type of mode with pool play, and then you try to go into the finals and stuff like that. I'm already looking at updates. It's in March next year, and Miami is like the main spot, like
Yeah.
for the semifinals and then the finals. Debating, I'm really
I,
because the
I, I'm alre
atmosphere
I'm thinking
last,
about it too. I'm thinking about it too, Scuff.
yeah.
I
We
want
got
to.
we got to hit up our boy Subby because
Yeah.
he has a
Subby.
house down there.
Our guy Adam is from Miami too.
Yeah,
So
that's
there
true.
we
Yeah,
got
there we
connections.
go. Yeah. So
Hey, imagine the very first featured program of MLB 23 is the World Baseball Classic program. I think
that'd
that'd be
be dope.
perfect.
That'd be Yep, that'd be dope. I'll be all for it. And just get cards from that current one or classic ones. It's just gonna be fun to see. And you know what? Now, with just the way baseball is, right? In talent and the young talent they have, and just the talent all throughout the league, you could make so many like these dream teams like from these countries like Dominican Republic. How in there's so many good players from the DR. I just don't know who I put on the team or not. Same for the USA, same for other countries. It's going to be a lot of fun to see how that plays out next year. I'm really excited because the atmosphere last time was just electric, and I don't know. I'm looking forward to see what happens in 2023. But I'm getting off tangent. I could talk about this for the rest of the podcast. Uh, so yeah, Adrian Gonzalez, Swisher, Johnny Gomes. Dude, Johnny Gomes, by the way, his stance looks pretty good. I haven't used him. I faced him. His stance looks like a stance I will like. I'll report back on how I like him next week
Let
or
me
the
know.
week after when I get to use him. And then Soto as well. So, but like you said, we'll see what they do with the home run derby content next week on Monday. I'm going to wait off just a bit before we get to the All-Star content. That'll probably be the last thing we talk about on this episode. But before that, let's go over the headliners, which one we got on Friday was Xander Bogarts. It was kind of leaked, I heard. It was like they
Yeah.
posted on Instagram and then got deleted. And then we're like, what's happening here? And then it turns out to be a Bogarts card, which it's very similar to his All-Star card from last year, but a little bit nerfed, I would say, because he got an All-Star card from the All-Star game, not the TA3, but from the All-Star game itself. It reminded me of that card with the high contact and good enough power. I haven't used them. I was never good with Bogarts cards, so
Really?
I never really try them out. Have you tried? I assume you tried out the headliner.
Yeah. I personally think, in terms of like pure shortstop primary position, I think he's the best shortstop in the game right now. Um,
Wow.
with
Okay.
everything, because he's got gold fielding, he's got a great balanced hitting, or great balanced bat. He's got like 71 speed. I was never really good with the 96 signature Michael Young. Um, and then like you got some other guys who I think are really good at shortstop. A lot of the future stars, like Peraza's very good. Gunnar
Mhm.
Henderson is really good. Bryson Stott's really good. But I think of just like everything that he offers, I'm probably taking Xander Bogarts as like the shortstop one right now. Even though I still probably am playing Ketel Marte at shortstop to make room for another spot in the outfield.
Okay, fair enough. But that's it's good to hear. I'll definitely give it a second try once I see him. But we got him. I know a lot of Red Sox fans were happy about that. Plus, they want him extended for next year, I'm sure.
Yep.
And then today we got 96 Prime, and there was a lot of debate about this card and a lot of debate on Prime cards itself. But let's first go over it. Ryan Howard makes his way into another high diamond being 96. Um, Prime card. So we're thinking, is this the end game, Ryan Howard, or what's happening here? And we say that because his attributes off paper. I mean, first off, when you want an end game Ryan Howard, you're thinking in 99. I think you're not
Yeah.
thinking 96, especially since you already have an 88 from the cover, and then you have, I believe, even a 85 from him as well.
Y- does he?
No, I'm thinking of the beta. Never mind. We have the bronze card that
Yeah.
we and then silver, the bronze, silver, and then the 88, and then now the 96. I'll read off his attributes from here: 99 contact against righties, 70 contact against lefties, 125 against righties, and then 109 against lefties. He's only plays first base, fielding 72, reaction 71. Of course, his speed is at around 38, arm 64. But it was quite surprising to see because when you think of prime cards, you think those are end game cards, right? That's what
Yeah.
we're used to. Are we sure prime cards are going to be the end game cards to go? Or wow, let me rephrase that. Are we sure that prime cards are still end game cards within MLB Show 22? Because if you look at, we have Outlier that's a 90 prime card, which we're accustomed to seeing either like a 97 or a 98, depending on what type of card he was, whether it was the milestone or signature series card previously. So, oh no, the TA card previously. So I don't know.
I I think it is depending on the player because I personally think a player's end game card should be the best portion of that player's career, whether it's a single season, whether it's a single season, whether or not they won an award like an MVP or a Silver Slugger or whatever, whether it's a second half, which we'll talk about later on in this podcast for a certain player
Mhm.
that was released in BR, whether it's a milestone card. I think we are a little bit past the days of this specific series means that this is the end game version of this player, especially because we have so many now. We have retro finest, we have awards, we have signature, we have prime, we have milestone. There's so many. We have second half. We have so many different types of cards that I don't think at anymore that we have to look at a certain player and say like, yeah, that you're not going to get any better than that. Now, in Ryan Howard's case, especially with our friend of the show, Shelfie,
Mhm.
making a few tweets about it, Shelfie is saying that this 3 years, this prime of Ryan Howard is the best, and if this is Ryan Howard's prime card, like the only way maybe he gets a better card is if he gets like a 99 home run derby card or something. So I mean, it really just comes down to the specific player. But generally, I don't feel like if a player gets like a 95 prime or a 95 awards, I don't think that generally means that that's the best version of the player that we are guaranteed to get. I could absolutely see Ryan Howard getting like a 99 retro finest. I could absolutely see Ryan Howard getting like some sort of awards card down the line. I don't think that the prime Ryan Howard will be the last one we see. Could be wrong
Yeah.
about that, but that's just the vibe I get.
No, I'm with you. I'm hoping that's the case because then that means I could see a better Outlier down the road too. So,
Yep. Yep.
um, we'll see.
Yeah, and
But
Outlier is a perfect example. He's a 90 overall prime, but he got a 97 awards or milestone
yep.
card last year. So it's like I don't think this really means that this is the last we'll see of a certain player.
Yeah, I agree. And I'm completely fine with that too. So, I mean, personally, I'm kind of like as how they're progressing the cards this year, the more cards of the certain player I'm fine with now, more so than years past, just to base on how they're balancing the overalls this year. So once we do get that 99, we'll have other 99s to play with, and then we could mix and match wherever we like. So
Yeah.
um, I'm fine with that. We also, I guess we could transition since we talked about the how we transition to other content we got today. First one, we got a new event. Basically anything goes. Any player you want to use to play in this event, and it's 3 innings on All Star. And we have 2 new cards. We have Milestone Garrett Anderson, which I know we both love. You being the Angels fan, of course, loving Garrett Anderson. Garrett Anderson's always been one of my favorite cards to use in this game, especially the higher end ones. And then we also got, why am I blanking on the second one?
Aaron Ashby,
Oh,
Future
there it
Stars.
is. No, why I'm blanking on the second one? Because I don't want to face it here, Coos, because it's has
Yeah.
outwire on his sinker. But yeah, Future Star Aaron Ashby. I've been using his live series silver card for my all silver team, Dirty. Actually been doing good on me in Hall of Fame. I can't imagine what this 96 would do with the 101 H per 9 and then the outlier on the sinker with the 95 plus. It's a card I'm looking forward to trying out.
He's basically like an automatic pick for me every time he shows up in BR. I don't care if Stanton or Gallo or I don't care who's in the round with him. If I see
Mm.
Ashby, I'm taking him because a lefty with that pitch mix, yeah, I'm grabbing
And
that. But go ahead.
no, I was just gonna say, and with the funky delivery.
Yes, 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 yes.
Yep.
But yeah, no, I think this is a sick event. Because Garrett Anderson, I think Garrett Anderson is always super underrated because I feel like
Yes.
he's always out at a point that nobody really wants to use him. I mean, to be fair though, you could release Garrett Anderson on day one, and I still feel like people will not really use him as much because you have live series guys like Trout, Acuna, Judge, guys like that for the outfield. But um, I will say, if you can ever give Garrett Anderson a shot, I don't feel like you'll be disappointed. Garrett Anderson is very good. This is the best like overall Garrett Anderson we've ever gotten. He had a home run derby card, I think 2 years ago or 3 years
Oh,
ago or something. That was,
that was my favorite card
yeah, he was
for the longest
really
time.
good, and I think at the time that was the best Garrett Anderson we've had. But now that they've added more series and stuff, I think this is probably the best one. But yeah, 96 milestone card. And then of course you got the Aaron Ashby, as we were talking about. Great pitch mix, sinker in there, cutter, 99 velo, over 100 hits per 9 as a lefty, plus outlier. I mean, that card is going to be a frustrating card to hit.
Yes, definitely. It's like a kind of like a upgrade to the Dallas Keuchel with more velocity
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah.
without the cutter.
Yeah.
That's about it. We changed, I think this. I don't think Keiko has a circle change or the 12-6. It's one of those 2 pitches. There's one pitch but he has a slider, so either way. And that pitch, his slider is at 84 mile an hour, so that difference in speed is going to help you there too. But yeah, I solid event awards. I feel like event awards have been solid all this year, to be honest with you, because
I
remember
agree.
that was like one big nag that we had from last year was the event awards, and I think this year they kind of reverse our thoughts on that, and which is a good thing. So, awesome to see. And then, like I said, if you don't want to face Randy once again in this event, you could wait until you get rewind pack.
True.
So,
Yep.
so there you go. And then also the other big content we got today was the BR program, and BR programs are always probably my program, like
It's
my
your day.
day. Yeah, yeah. Those are my days I look forward to. More so for the lower tier cards, which I guess I'll get to now. Looking through the lower tier cards, there's a couple of solid ones. I don't think it matches up to the previous 2, but in the gold round, there's probably the best 2 ones that you can get, and the best probably BR program card I'm gonna be excited about is Ian Happ. I've been praising the live series Ian Happ all this year in BR, and now to have a guarantee Ian Happ with that type of attributes, I'm excited for. It has plus speed now with the 81, which is better than his live series. Basically, it's a better version of his live series card right now, which is also a gold. But it has a 101 power against righties, and then it's basically 70 throughout the board besides the power against righty. So I'm very excited for that. And then there's a relief pitcher, Lance Lynn, in the gold round as well. If you don't like Ian Happ, that I'll recommend. I feel like Lance Lynn cards are always good, and he has 5 pitch mix plus a sinker. That card is going to be solid. Besides that, the silver round doesn't really entice me.
Yeah.
We brought back the rookie Machado. It was never. I mean, it's nothing. If you like his swing, maybe you want to plug him in there. Andre Dawson's more like a bench bat. Who else was there in the silver round?
Max Scherzer.
Max Scherzer, yeah, the rookie card of him. Doesn't have a cutter. Doesn't really
Yeah.
do it for me. And
New.
then Badu.
Yeah. Go ahead.
Oh no, Badu. Again, another probably bench bat.
Yeah. No. It's cool though that I'm with you. The silver round overall is a little bit underwhelming compared to previous ones, especially after we just got one that had like Mike Trout and Mike Napoli and Teoscar Hernandez and all those guys. Or I don't remember if Napoli was that one or 2 ones ago. Either way, yeah, I mean, it's cool to see Akil Baddoo get that card, because of his, how he's been as a Tiger and how much excitement he had for a little while. But yeah, overall, it feels like a pretty, not, I'm not gonna say lackluster, because I do think all the cards will be fine for Battle Royale on All Star. But yeah, just definitely not as exciting as one that had Mike Trout and Teoscar Hernandez, or Ryan Howard and Trey Turner, stuff like that.
Yeah, but that's fine. I mean,
It's cool.
you're gonna have some of these programs that are just gonna be like that. It's still overall, I'm excited for it because of Ian Happ. I just love using Ian Happ cards. So for me, I'm so excited for it. For the bronze round, I mean, we got the veteran Babe Ruth, which
Yep.
always plays pretty well too. I tend to not draft it because I want to get I really like for diamond positions. I feel like for me, I really like so many left fielders for the diamond positions, whether that's Alvarez, Yelich, other cards I look out for, or Schwarber. So I tend not to get them. I'm going to try that Tyler Glasnow card if I need to. But yeah, but as we shift on to the rewards, and that's where it gets juicy. And not only that, we don't even have to get to the awards yet, like the actual forward awards. We could get to the program award, and
Yeah.
and it's funny because once we saw Mike Napoli in the game, we brought this up. We brought up his second half during this particular year and what that card could look like. And let me say, it doesn't disappoint. We get this 97 second half card, Mike Napoli. And let me just read this off real quick while we're here.
Do it, Scuffy. Tell the people.
All right. So from left to right. So Conta gets righties 125. Remember, he batted 383 during the second half. So this is why his contact's big. 125 against righties, 122 against lefties, 115 power against righties, 80 power against lefties. And then not only that, his fielding is 69, which you'll be able to get that up more when you parallel. 72 arm, 82 accuracy, 72 reaction, speed 35. Also could play first. But this is what Cougs was talking about earlier, where Craig Biggio, looks good. We could plug him at catcher. Hold on 1 second. Release this nice 2011 second half, 97 overall Mike Napoli.
Yeah. No, I think we haven't talked about the flawless rewards yet, but I think this month, or this BR program, is basically the complete opposite of last month's, where last month's 90-point reward was not really a card that all that many people were all that excited about, right? The Christy Mathewson, nobody really cared. Everybody just was excited for Longoria and Springer. But now you flip it. While there definitely are some people that are excited about some of the flawless rewards, I think a lot of the excitement is really on this 97 Napoli, because maybe a guy like Salvador Perez, maybe a guy like a 99 Piazza is going to match the hitting stats of this guy. I don't think we're going to see a Johnny Bench card that matches the hitting stats of Napoli. I don't think we're going to see another Craig Biggio that matches. I'm trying to think of other power, unless they give like Kyle Schwarber a catcher secondary card at some point. This is probably going to be the best hitting catcher in the game for most of the year, up until maybe finest. Even though he does have that low power against lefties, the 122 contact is going to make up for a lot of that, especially on the higher difficulties. So overall, yeah, I think he's absolutely the highlight of the program, even over the flawless rewards.
As much I love and was very excited for my Cedric Mullins, I did not expect this Mike Napoli. Did not. Um, yeah, this card. I mean, this card is going to play throughout the remaining year. There's going to be people that are going to have this card, hands down, just being their catcher, and you don't have to look anywhere else. Especially as you go on the year and you power up this card. I mean, just get to power up 3, you have 125 contact both ways
Yeah. And
for a
and
catcher.
he was he was on my top 10 legends that I wanted in MLB 22 for one reason, and that's
Mhm.
because I wanted a dominant catcher or at least just like a good catcher for the Angels all-time team, and I got it.
Oh, okay.
I
There
got
you
it
go,
finally.
baby. Well, I love it. I
Am I gonna
love it.
I got there's no we're gonna use Lucroy again. There's no there's no Chris Iannetta in the game. Am I gonna use
Mhm.
Max Stassi? Like that's it's not gonna cut it for the Angels all-time team. I need a guy like this.
There you go. Right in there. I mean, that's gonna be for Texas. Where else? Boston, it just there. I mean, it's gonna be for everyone, not just
Yeah.
them. I can't wait. I had one BR game, played with him, but he walked, so I didn't really get to use him yet. But
But
can't wait to use him.
going back to what we were talking about earlier with the Ryan Howard, like this Mike Napoli, this second half is probably the best portion of his career. And
Yes.
as we've talked about time and time again, overall ratings are overrated. All I care about is how the what the attributes look like, the attributes combined together to see like what type of card this really is going to be. I I mean, sure, I'm sure they could figure out some way to get Mike Napoli like a 99 milestone card or something, but he doesn't need it. This card is
No.
great. He's a second half card. We're at the point I think where we can legitimately look at a second half of a player and be like, this is the best portion of his career. Let's make a card to match that. That way we don't have to always rely on the prime or the signature or all that stuff. We can just use an actual tops card that represents the best portion of Mike Napoli's career. And that's exactly what they're doing. And I'm really happy about it. And with Ryan Howard, there's more ways for him to get a good card. So no, I don't think a prime is where he's going to stop. So I just think this Mike Napoli helps prove that point.
Yes, exactly. So couldn't say better than that. Let's shift over to actually the Flawless Awards. We'll start out with another second half, and that is Yu Darvish. We got a second half from 2019. His stamina 92, H per 9's 98, walks per 9 are in 101, K per 9 90, break 99. He has a cutter, fastball, forcing slider, sinker, splitter. We've seen very similar cards with Yu Darvish before be like this. Typical Yu Darvish card. Uh, Either love him or you hate him when using him,
Mhm.
I feel like.
Yeah, he's always the type of card that looks great for me, that never really performs up to the level of hype that I think he's gonna have. But that doesn't mean I think he's bad. I think he's probably pretty good. Hits per nine might be a little low, especially compared to getting an Aaron Ashby card that has over 100 hits per nine as the future
Yep.
stars. But still, I mean, I think with the pitch mix and everything, he'll still be pretty solid.
Yep, I agree. I do like him because he just pitches straight from the stretch. It's just easy to get it, like just getting a rhythm sometimes, especially with pinpoint. So I'll definitely be trying him out. I always was a fan. Do. I will say, I with you, Darvish. I always want. Oh no, he does have a. Never mind. Never. I'm going to take that thought back. Yeah, I'm just going to say I always love using him. I like pitching for the stretch, and it's him and Carrasco. I always love using because they're very similar, right?
Mhm.
With the pitch mix and the way they deliver the ball.
Kind
So
of like
for
Shohei
this,
too.
yes, exactly. Uh, for the second flawless, we just mentioned his name before 30 club Cedric Mullins. Ever since he got the 30-30, I was been dreaming about this card. It's like I've been dreaming about this card, and hopefully later down the road we get either a cycle Trey Turner card, because I remember when he got that last year, I was like, oh, I can't wait to see a milestone card of that. But now we get a milestone card of Cedric Mullins. As we said, he's was my MVP last year. Any C money card, I call him C money. From MLB Show 21 just went off for me. I can't wait to use this card. 111 content against righties, 100 against lefties, 106 power against righties, 91 against lefties, 83 speed, 89 reaction, 87 fielding. Me personally, he is in my outfield just based on repertoire of last year, and I just need to plug in to see how he is this year.
Yeah, I'm with you. I wasn't as good with him as everybody else was until I used his finest card. His finest
Oh,
or his whatever his end game card was. I can't remember.
was it the TA3?
Yeah, I think I'm thinking of the TA3. I think it. I don't.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I think people were mad that he didn't get a finest because I think Mountcastle got the finest for the Orioles.
Yes.
I think. Yeah. So I meant Team Affinity 3. I was never really that good with him for a while because he was like a 97 in Team Affinity and he plays center. And I was always looking at like, like Trout or, any of the other guys I had in the outfield. I'm like, yeah, I got no real reason to try him out. I'll be fine, whatever. But when I did eventually give him a go and use him for a more consistent amount of time, he was very good.
Mhm.
And I know a lot of people like him. We just talked about the whole thing with Little Man. Uh, yeah, I think he's going to be really good, and he's going to be one of those glitchy players that's just kind of tough to get out. He doesn't jump off the page at you with the attributes, but he's just going to be one of those scrappy players that is always kind of tough to just get the right results on. So that's what I expect from Cedric, and I think that's probably what we're going to see.
Yeah. So, I will give this card a go. I will redraft until I get him.
Yep.
And then, see if I can get him from that, run. Just double duty there. But he would definitely be my pick of 2. I think he's gonna be the pick pretty much majority of
Like
the community.
universally, yeah.
Yeah, so, expect to see a lot of Cedric Bones cards there. But yeah, I mean, BR program for the rewards, I think we're a big win. The program itself, like the lower tier cards, there's some good ones, some that we're just, doesn't really have the effect like previous programs, but I'm sure down the road we'll see. I just, I'm just want to manifest it once again. I want to see that silver Jorge Posada back. That's all I want. That's all I want to
Well,
see again.
they'll give them to you one of these times. We
I'm a,
know SDS. They some of the people there they tune into the podcast, whether it's weekly or whatever. They know Scuffy. I think they'll deliver at some point.
eventually. I can't wait. But yeah, regardless, I'm excited to try out all those reward cards out, and I can't wait to get that Ian Happ to Parallel 5 as soon as possible.
Oh, yeah, we know you will too.
Yeah, I mean, I already have his. I think I'm like 100, no, like 500 points away from his live series. I don't have anyone one out, not 1-on-1, but I don't have anyone Power 5 yet. Because I've been playing with tons of different cards,
Yeah,
and you know me, I don't really play ranked with a God Squad, so um, I'm not going to get the most out of my PXP because I don't play ranked. Because you get a lot from just playing like one ranked game, because you got to think that's like 3 BR games into one, especially if you play a full lane game. So
yeah.
um, just haven't done it. I still remember my first one from last year, and I still wish he was in the game. Was the silver Logan Morrison? That
So,
card
oh
almost
yeah. That card was so good too.
so good, so good. Can't wait. That's why when I saw the Johnny Gones being like the home run derby X, get me Logan Morrison, get me Stevie Pierce. I don't care if anyone doesn't really like what those cards.
Yeah,
That's what I want.
and not that guys like Nick Swisher and Adrian
No.
Gonzalez aren't like high profile guys or anything like that, but like I kind of don't want like really big names to compete in the home run derby X. Like once again, not that they're not big names. I want like the middle tier guys because that
Yes.
gives me more opportunities for different content. I don't
Yeah.
I don't need when Kyle Schwarber retires. I don't need Kyle Schwarber to be in the home run derby X because we're gonna get a good one at some point. Give
Yeah.
me just like players that I would never expect to have a 95 in Diamond Dynasty.
Exactly. So I'm wait, I mean, I'm right with you on that one. So, but speaking of home run derby and just being next week, All Star Week, next week, big week, LA in your hometown.
Yep.
I'm excited, and then we get all this content starting Monday, and we just got the official rosters of the All-Star game. I think it was like 2-3 days ago,
Mhm.
uh, and it's fun to see because depending how they do content, we're assuming just like last year, we'll get 30 cards, 1 card for each team, right? So there's some names that are out there with that they're the only player from their team that makes it. And I
Yeah.
think that's going to be our starting point today. Like, because those cards we could look forward to, which we already know that most likely they'll be in the game as an all-star card next week. And I think one that jumps off the bat is Julio Rodriguez.
Yes.
Because a
Finally.
lot of people been wanting a high diamond or either get his future star card back or get him a higher diamond card, besides the 90 prospect series card that we saw in chase packs in the game. So I'm excited to see all-star card for. I'm trying to think of other names that were one-offs. Luis Castillo, we were
Mhm.
mentioning Brandon Jury. He's going to be a one-off, so we'll get an all-star card for him. Has a nice pitch mix, has a sinker. Shane from I always botch his last name, so I'm just gonna go up Shane from the Rays, the
Oh,
left-handed starter,
yeah.
McCann. Did I say that right?
McClanahan.
McCann, yeah. There's other names that are out there I'm not thinking of. I had it before. I think Tim Anderson as well.
Yep.
Who else?
Um,
Gregor Soto should get another one.
yep.
We saw him
Soto.
last year.
Dude, a lot of people like his card came out and he was really good. He was one of the best lefties in the game. And then later on in the year, a lot of people were like, "Oh, Soto's not good. He's so hittable." Dude, Soto was good for me all year last year. So I'm actually really excited about that card.
Same here. I still don't understand how his r- live series card's still bronze.
Yeah, I'll take it though for BR. Don't leave him there.
No, but the thing is, sometimes I don't mind if they go to silver because you have more chances of getting him in silver round
That's
than
true. That's
bronze.
true.
So, um, I know the Blue Jay fans is going to be happy. I think it's going to be Kurt because
Yep.
he didn't get a player month henchman. I know Vladdy's there. But he didn't get a henchman in the last player month, so it has to be Kurt. And I don't think Blue Jays fans are going to be upset. I think they're looking forward to that. So
Oh yeah.
we're,
I'm looking forward to that. I'm not even a Blue
so
Jays fan. I'm looking forward to it.
you know who's going to be fun to see? Wilson Contreras. I know
Yeah.
Ian Happ also just he's going to All-Star game, but I just, we never seen a higher diamond Wilson Contreras card. I don't think in MLB show. He's always been hovering around that gold for his live series, but we never seen like either a tops now player a month. But now we're probably going to see him as an all-star card, whether he's going to still be a Cub by next month, but still be nice to see there.
I got
Trying
another one for you that would be it's gonna be interesting to look out for. As far as I know, he's the only guy on that team, and he didn't get a player of the month card either. Sandy Alcantara.
Gary Cooper just made it
Oh yeah, he was. Well,
a replacement,
he's a replacement, so I don't think.
and then Jazz as well.
Oh, I forgot about Jazz. Oh my, yeah, he's
And
a starter.
they had the whole thing with Jazz too. I want Sandy. I'm
Yeah,
hoping Tips takes this way, be like, yo, we need as much we love Sandy, or just give us both. As much as we love Jazz, you gotta push out that Sandy.
yeah, yeah.
Even though I'm
Because
not gonna want to see it, but I do want to see it.
yeah, because were there some teams that got multiple All-Star cards last year? I'm not talking about the home run derby cards or the All-Star cards. Was there just 30 straight up regular All-Star cards, or were there
I
like
think so.
38 or something
And
like
then
that?
just Acuna, and
Yeah, and
then
Acuna. Yeah.
Acuna and Tani. That's about it.
Ah, man. Yeah, now I gotta
What?
pick. I mean, if I'm picking between Sandy and Jazz, I'm picking Sandy 7 times out of 7. I don't
Yeah,
know why I chose 7 out of all numbers, but yeah,
it's okay.
I'm
You have a
uh
bigger choice to make too as a Angels fan. Who do you want? It's either Otani or Trout.
yeah, man. You
I
know
say
what?
you give it Trout,
I would
to be
say
honest.
Trout. I would say Trout
Yeah,
because I mean, it's I don't think he's going to be better than his live series card for me because I have his live series to Superfractor. So I mean, like just base card would not be better, but the more I use him, he'll get better. I mean, it
Mhm.
really depends on the attributes and what quirks they give him too. And with Shohei, I mean, you and I kind of both expect him to get that 99 what's it called? Takashi card at some
Yes.
point. So I mean, like, what I don't really need another Otani mid 90s like pitcher hitter card. Like, I'd rather wait for the 99. Um,
Mhm.
yeah, I would say Trout. I wish Taylor Ward would have made it. That would have made the choice way easier.
Yeah. That was like a Jared Walsh type of thing.
Yeah.
So,
Who else?
uh,
I'm trying to think of who else. Who's Oakland?
oh, that's a good question.
Who is
Oh,
Oakland?
Jorge,
Oh, Frank.
before we go, oh, go ahead.
Is it
Frankfurt
Is it Frankie Montas?
I'm looking. No, it's Paul Blackburn.
Oh, he's actually having a good year. So that makes sense.
Yes,
And dude, his I think he has a bronze card on his live series. He's actually pretty good for like a budget BR guy. I think he's got a good pitch mix. If I remember right, maybe I'm mixing him up, but I think he does.
I believe he does too. And then like we mentioned, Jorge Lopez should be the Baltimore one,
Mm.
even though his player bought cards is pretty damn dirty. But I guess his H per nine might go up. We'll
Yeah,
see
it's
what
gonna be
happens there.
scary if he's already at 114 or whatever.
Yep. And for like I was trying to figure out for my Mets, I know Pete's not going to get it because we'll talk about what's happening with him. Um, well, he's going to home run derby. That's why. So he'll probably get a home run derby card once again. And then it's between McNeil, Edwin Diaz, and Starlin Marte. I want Marte. I'm a big fan of Marte. So I
Yeah,
loved his finest card last
I
year.
would agree. I would say Marte is probably like because there's plenty of opportunities for Lindor to get a 99, like a signature or something.
Well, Lindor
Um,
didn't make it. That was McNeil.
oh
It's
yeah, well,
funny.
yeah, duh. I'm sorry.
That's okay. No, it's all good. It's funny though because we were talking about him as makes it, but Lindor doesn't.
And
Even though Lindor is
and
he's having a better season. I mean,
oh yeah,
so
and I know the Guardians themselves and the Guardians fans were pushing hard for Jimenez to be the starter, but he didn't get that nod, unfortunately.
yeah.
But
But
yeah, no,
Yankees.
I think this content is going to be really good, and you know, we could keep naming off players, but I actually wanted to ask you something about this content because this past week I made a YouTube video. I was looking at what's going on around the All Star break, and I saw they announced the rosters for the Futures game,
Mhm.
and I looked at the two Futures game teams, and there's actually a ton of those guys that are in MLB The Show. I was able to make a full team build in Diamond
Oh,
Dynasty of players that played or the players that are going to be playing in the Futures game. So with all this All-Star content, I think it would be cool if maybe whoever wins the MVP of the Futures game maybe gets a little bit of a boosted card. Even if it's a guy like Gunnar Henderson or I don't know whoever else is playing. Like there's a ton of them. Like even though they just got a 95, I think that would still be cool to implement the futures game as part of it. Also, the MLB draft is happening that weekend. There's
mhm.
probably a lot of rights issues. There's probably a lot of hoops that they would have to jump through. But how sick would that be if we got like two or three more prospect cards of draft picks or two
Yeah,
or
just
three
give me
like
Drew
all star
Jones.
cards? Yeah,
Drew
I mean,
Jones.
think
Yeah.
about that. That would be so cool.
Yeah. I want the MVP of the Future Star card. The Future Stars game, just get a card. I
Yeah.
wanted a Brendan Davis so bad last year. I loved his Gold Prospect Series card, and he got the Future Star MVP. I was like, oh, come on, just do it, do it. And then because he never got a Future Star. I mean, he never got his own Future Stars card,
Yeah.
and just being the MVP of that game, I was kind of hoping, okay, maybe they'll do it there. But either way, hopefully, might be a little bit different this year. We'll see. We'll see.
Yeah.
But we got that to look forward to. I mean, the whole day is going to be crazy on Monday and then Tuesday because Monday we got the home run derby, and look at the participants we already have. Right? We
Yeah,
have
as of
that.
recording, we only have 5 too. There's still gonna be more announced. There might be more by the time people are listening to this podcast.
Yep. And we have who we have right now. We have Schwarber, we have Pete, we have Soto, we have Pujols, and we have
Acuna.
Acuna.
There's
That right
still
there.
yeah, that's a good lineup. And there's still rumors of Stanton.
And Jader.
There's rumors. There's got to be a Dodger in it because normally there's the hometown player. So I'm thinking either like Will Smith or like a Max Muncy, maybe. I think Will Smith for this season would probably be the best, considering I think Will Smith should have been the starting catcher, to be honest. Or not, no, no, not over Contreras, but Will Smith should have made it over Darno, in my opinion. Um,
Mhm.
but yeah, I think um I'm trying to think who else. Like I know I think
Belly, but I don't know.
yeah, but even after the Dodgers, I mean, I would love to see a guy like Devers do it, even though he won't. I would love to see a guy
Think
like
J-Rod
Jordan.
J-Rod sees it too.
Yeah, if J-Rod was in it, that would be sick. That he's
Yep.
almost like not quite to the level because he's not doing the same things that Otani was doing. But when
Mm.
you think of a player that is like must watch baseball right now, for J Rod's him at the moment. So to have him in the Derby at his age would be so cool.
Yeah, I'm down for it. It's gonna be I mean, that's just gonna be such a fun event.
Do you
But
think Pete gets the three-peat?
I'm gonna root for him. It's gonna be hard, man. If Stanton gets in there and I mean, we and Schwarber, it's just
Oh, you know
I
who'd
don't
be
know,
great?
man.
You know who'd be
I'm
great?
who was that?
Jock.
Yeah, Jocko would be great, especially in the Dodgers and wearing the Giants uni.
Oh yeah, that would be wild.
Be the villain on top of that. Oh man. I'm here for it. It's the most exciting thing throughout the week is home run derby. So and then we got content off that. And based on what we were talking about earlier, if they do something where they balance it out a little bit more, I think the community would like that. So we'll see. That's how we'll know that we're going to get a high diamond, right? Like, I'm not sure if they're going to do 99 again, where they did the 99 for Pete or the All-Star game. I don't know if they're going to make them 99s or not, but it should
I
be.
think they will.
You think they will?
Yeah, I think they will, and then I think we'll have a
So
collection
those are gonna be
attached.
the first couple 99s that are coming our way then. Now
Well,
let me ask you
other than the collection rewards, yeah.
yes, let me ask you, do you think when, for the All-Star content for the next program, do you think they're gonna be mixed overalls or they're gonna be one overall?
I would say probably one overall. I think whether it's 96 or 97, whatever they're planning on doing. I think it'll be one. I think it'll be kind of like the future stars,
Yep.
where everybody's kind of the attributes. I don't know because the future stars are like projections. It's looking like years into the future what they think these cards are going to be like, but it's pretty clear they decided to make them all fairly similar. You know, a couple guys have a little bit better contact, better power, whatever. This time around, we actually have legit, first half stats to go off of, and we'll see how that plays into the attributes. But overall, I think they're going to try to maintain like a uniform overall, because
Mhm.
otherwise, we're probably looking at like another Jacob DeGrom situation last
Yep.
year, or from last year. So yeah, I would say probably around the same, and then whatever the you know, I think they're going to go 99 for the Derby winner as well as the All Star Game MVP.
Yep. I'm on the same boat. I think and it showed how well it worked when it was just one overall,
Yeah,
especially the last one with the faces, the future of oh my god, I can't even talk anymore. We've been doing this for so long.
it's like an hour
Hour
15-minute
15, yeah.
podcast.
My mind's all over the place, but yeah, when they did the Future Star program, I thought that was great doing the 95 being balanced. I see it much more like a 97 overall program throughout, and then we get a couple of 99 sprinkle in through the games. Yeah, a lot to look forward to, and also, we have some news for yourself here too, because MLB is doing a special event on the All-Star weekend, and it's
Yep. Oh yeah, yeah,
called
yeah.
the All-Star Creators Cup. It is on Monday, July 18th at 1 p.m. Pacific on Xbox Plaza. I'll read the little statement that they posted. So here it is. It's another first for the MLB All-Star Week is the All-Star Creators Cup. This fast-paced, fan-focused influencer video game tournament will feature 16 competitors playing MLB Show 22 in front of a live audience. Inspired by the Pro-Am concept, 8 participants are top MLB Show players, while the other 8 are a group of the most popular influencers in online baseball culture. The tournament will also stream live on a number of digital platforms, including the MLB YouTube page and SES Twitch page. Hosted by Carolyn Baith and our bud from the show, friend from the podcast. Oh my God. MLB Network's Robert Flores. The full lineup of competitors will be announced next week. This was actually posted a couple days ago. And Cougs, you got some news to tell us.
Yeah, I will be competing. I will be participating in this event. At the time we're recording this, it hasn't been like fully announced who the participants are. I know who some of them are. I'm not going to spoil that just in case this is out before it's, whatever. But yeah, I will be one of the participants in it. It's the day of the Derby. So 1:00, the Derby starts at like 5. So we're going to play this and then just head straight over to the Derby. But it should be a lot of fun. When the details come out, I think you guys will really like it and be excited for it. So yeah, no, I'm excited, man. I mean, it's something new, and it's not fully like a esports type of thing as much, but like it's not like we have Weens and Kreiner going at it. But I mean, in terms of MLB esports events, it should be a pretty cool thing when all the details are released. You guys will see, and I'm really excited for it.
Yeah, I can't wait to watch. It's always cool to see like these type of events being put on and just keep on expanding it too within the game and within the community. I can't wait to watch. I know the other people in that movie communities can't wait to watch once they hear about the full details. Yeah, it's gonna be fun, man. It's gonna be a lot of fun, and that whole day is gonna be awesome. You do that, lead right into the Derby, and you get to like relax. Hopefully, you're coming off a win too. I'm just gonna say, no pressure.
Hopefully.
Um, and then watch some dingers in real life, just left and right. So that's gonna be a lot of fun. And speaking of that, since you're gonna be there throughout All-Star Weekend, our next podcast probably won't be until later on the week, if not the week after. Just as we get set up, but we'll be talking all about the All-Star content for the next week, of course. So
Yeah,
be on the lookout. So yeah,
should be good.
but Kooks, that's gonna be a lot of fun, man. May the MLB show gods be in your favor. I'll just
Oh
say
man, I can't. If I hit a perfect foul ball on main stage, oh man, that's gonna be great for the crowd.
Oh yeah, no, I think it'll be fine. We'll be fine. It's nothing going to happen like we saw in the Players League because that was bad.
Yeah,
But it'll be fine. I think we're good. It's going to be just. I think you're just going to see just how much fun you guys are going to have, and just feed off the energy throughout everyone that's live. It's fun to see a live event, right?
Yeah.
Like that. I think the last I mean, we had like a live event based on Dugout Creator when they did DCCL in Vegas. That was last year. You saw all different content creators just come up and do that. That was fantastic. And then I think the one before that is when you did the showdown. What's that? MLB 17?
The show showdown.
The show showdown. I forgot the name of it.
Yeah, MLB
That's a
17.
throwback.
It's myself, Clutch, Healy, and Quash with Mills doing the commentary with that other. I don't remember his name.
I don't remember.
Oh man, oh it sucks. Yeah, no, it was cool. It's cool to see how it's evolved from that to now where we are now.
Exactly. So with that said, if the opportunity presents itself to bunt with bases loaded to win a game, do we do it?
Man. Oh man, you're putting me on the spot, man. I don't know if I can steal Healy's thunder like that. I don't know if I could take that title from him. I don't know. Hey man, it depends on what's on the line. We gotta wait and see.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll talk about that much more on the next week episode when you come back and we get all situated with the All-Star Week content. But yeah, that's going to do us for this week. Hope you guys are having fun grinding the new BR program, new event, and looking forward to the new program that's going to be dropping on the 18th with the All-Star content. Not only that, with just everything comes with the Home Run Derby, the All-Star game itself, maybe they'll sprinkle in some more stuff we just don't know about yet. And we'll talk about that much more in next week's episode. And be sure to make sure to follow us on Twitter. We're at Inside the Show PC. Once again, twitter.com/Inside the Show PC. You can follow us on YouTube as well. youtube.com/inside the show. Be sure to hit a thumbs up and sub to the channel if you haven't already. You can follow my boy Cougs at Cougs46 on Twitter. Find all socials there. I'm at Scuffy McGee TV. You guys have fun grinding. Catch you guys next time. Peace out.